time to do it or what? Yes, right. I don't know if I should speak so close, or I think everyone can hear me anyway. But my name is Brendan Castro. I mean, I think many of you have seen me here plenty of times already. I'm running for State Assembly District 30 to represent the communities of Maspeth, Woodside, Jackson Heights, and portions of Elmhurst too. But just to give you an update here, we have our matching funds goal. We've been out of fundraising what we did in 2024. We're doing very well. It's always a slow uphill. I know that Phil knows very well, but when it comes to fundraising, doing those calls, knocking on hundreds, knocking on thousands of doors, just to get those $10 or $25, well, that's multiplied times 10. That's multiplied times 12. And so that's really going to add up. But I have a very interesting Democrat primary. Now, obviously, I'm not running as the Democrat. I'm the fourth candidate, the sole one. But there's 3 Democrats running. There's so much drama going on there. But I do not like this mic. I think my voice echoes too much. But one of them, his name is Patrick Martinez. He is a nephew of whose name was brought up before, of Joe Crowley, part of the establishment Crowley family. Yeah, he is. Also very close with Elizabeth Crowley. Elizabeth Crowley, who was beat by former council member Robert Holden. Boo to them, boo to them. Don't hold it so close. All right. Well, there we go. Is that good? There we go. Okay, good. Yeah. Well, we had this. The reason why this is an interesting primary is because not only do we have a Crowley running, but as Eric was saying prior, just the independent Democrats. You know, I'm endorsed by former council member Bob Holden. We were endorsed by him day one. My favorite council member, aside from Bill, of course. Bill's doing a great job at that. That's right. So we were endorsed by former council member Bob Holden day one. He didn't care who the actual Democrat was, because, you know, I've been involved here. I've been involved with many other types of campaigns. Regardless of party, it's all about the common sense. But this is a midterm year. We all know what we're going up against here. But the only way that we can win is through coalition building. That's what we've been doing for many years now. And clearly now it's starting to pay off. There's another guy called Shamsul Haq. He is a Muslim. He is a Bangladeshi progressive who wants to institute Zoran's policies here. And that's what we're going up against here. Exactly. There's no talks about safety, no talks about the quality of life. All it is about Bangladesh is Bangladesh that. Whatever Jackson Heights is doing, nothing to do with what's going on here. And then there's another guy called Somnath. He's like a Nepali community leader. No real sense of policy, but we're the only ones that have a pathway forward. If anyone has my campaign literature, I think I have some around here. I think it's right on like the table there. Yeah. But my campaign slogans are very, very simple. Grow skills and jobs. Build smart and safe infrastructure. Protect and preserve the communities that we have here, and balance budgets and balance the priorities. Now, growing skills and jobs. You know, I'm the only Gen Z candidate running in the whole city this year. I'm only 26, and I'm running as the Republican and the conservative candidate. I was able to get on both parties. We collected nearly 1,000 signatures. That involved a lot of my volunteers, a lot of the county committee going out there to actively collect for us. Yeah, there you go. But we've been doing a fantastic job. We already have our team going out there. We're on social media. I do not like this mic, man. I'm telling you right now. I could hold it here or here. It's the exact same thing. I would rather not talk with it. Yeah, okay. I would just rather not talk with it. But we have to be loud. When I'm knocking on doors, people can hear me from like 2 blocks away. That could be a good, or that could be like a bad problem, but it's good because people can hear what I have to say.
Great videos. You have great videos.
Thank you. You know, back in 2024, we knocked on 19,000 doors. We got just over 12,000 votes. This year, we're not only going to have the budget to do it, but we're going to have the manpower to do it. We're going to be knocking on 50,000 doors. You're going to have to do the math. There is no other way. We have to win this year. We are going to win this year, and that's by building up the coalition. But what we saw with the mayoral race, we saw that Zoran won over 80% of the Gen Z vote. And a lot of the vote, you know, people can say whatever they want about Curtis Cuomo, but if you tally the both of them together, it still wouldn't have rivaled what Zoran was able to get. Now, they can call it a mandate, but he only won 50.3%. 50.3%. He's polling at 48% now. That's 15 points less when Eric Adams was polling at during his first 100 days. And so that coalition, whatever that you want to call it, that he grew, is only going to get worse and worse and worse. And that's where moderate, independent, conservative candidates like me also happen to come in. That is really the only way forward. While the three Democrats running in this primary are all progressive and socialist leaning, I'm the only moderate that's building that bridge, bridging that gap that we have with all of like the moderates, even the independent liberals. There's a lot of people who will vote for us if we knock on their door and we show them the policies that we have. It helps that I am also Gen Z. I'm talking about the issues that's affecting people my age now. We can be born and raised, we can do 5, 4, 5, 6, or 7 years of college, and we're still having a hard time getting those jobs. A lot of people don't have the skills that they need to graduate and also compete in the real world. Not only do they not have those skills, but a lot of our grades 4, 5, 6, 7, they don't have reading or writing proficiency either. And so what's happening with our youth now is that we pour so much money. This city pours the most amount per student, and what are we actually getting from it? Not only are they being gatekept from jobs, but they're not able to apply for them, and we're having a hard time affording the cost of living here. I'm the only candidate in the entire city talking about that now. That is the active future that our party has to go in now if we want any chance to regain our youth. Trump was able to win the Gen Z youth, and in Zoran, he overperformed by 30-point margins. So if we don't embrace them now, if we don't have candidates like me going out there now speaking what our policy should be, then we're going to get wiped out. And we are seeing that now. Now I have a very interesting district. Every single portion of the northern and western Queens area after June 23rd is going to be occupied by socialists. Because there's a lot of them that don't have competitive primaries. So just about every assembly seat and all of the state senate seats, except for maybe 2 of them, is going to be occupied by a DSA candidate. And I'm the only one that is actually putting up a fight. Literally, we'll be the only ones. I'm talking about Zoran's old seat, where there's an Ecuadorian socialist. I always tell people I'm an Ecuadorian conservative, okay? She's an Ecuadorian socialist. Every other seat there, the only people who are left standing there will be Steven Raga and Jessica Ramos, which is kind of funny, because I went up against Steven Raga back in 2024, but he himself is also a DSA dues-paying member. So really, it's a spiritual DSA versus an actual DSA. Jessica Ramos is the only Democrat left, and she can easily lose. Meaning my race would be the only one left between total control of Western Queens, total DSA control. We would literally be the only ones left. There would be no other viable candidate left. So that's where I happen to come in. We have the demographic edge. It's an open seat. I'm sure many of you also happen to know that now. But we have a viable pathway to victory. I'm endorsed by an independent Democrat, former council member Bob Holden. We've also been endorsed too. Now this is something we haven't announced yet, but we've been endorsed by the Forward Party of New York. That's an independent party started by former mayor candidate Andrew Yang, and we're the only New York City candidate to have that, the only one. And that's as a GOP candidate. And so an endorsement like that, which we're going to be publicizing the following week, is what helps us bridge that gap to get the support, to get the backing of the moderate Democrats. They have the most public battle of all time. DSA versus the establishment Democrats. DSA versus the conservative Democrats. And they are winning a lot. But when candidates like me who are fundraising well, we have the Democrat support, we have the independent support from the New York Forward Party. That's going to show them, hey, there's an attractive candidate that we can actually back that's not guaranteed to lose, that actually has the matching funds, actually has graphics materials, actually has the social media, actually has the experience and the energy to actively make a change. That's the coalition that we are building this year, and we're going to have a lot more backing this year. But I cannot do that without each and every one of you telling your friends, telling your local family, anybody that happens to live in Assembly District 30, even the people that live here. We could always use a couple of the volunteers. I don't care what party line that they are. If we want to have a pathway to victory, that's our only shot. And so, I just want to tell you all, we are taking this seriously. We can actually win. I know for a fact that I am going to win. Zeldin and Trump both got 44%. Curtis Lee, 121, won that assembly district. So during a lower turnout year, We've seen way worse things happen. We've seen crazier things happen. I'll be your next assembly member. I'll be the first Hispanic conservative to win in 90 years. 90 years. That's a long time. And just know this, go knock on every single door humanly possible. Whether it's me, somebody from my team doing it, we have the manpower to do it. And after June 23rd, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be coming about my opponents too. But I don't care which of them happens to win. We have the energy to do it, and we have the coalition building to do it. Just everything that Eric was saying prior. Prior to 2018, there was an independent Democrat commission. That's what we're going to build back up. That starts with the local races. That starts by me actively winning there. And I'm going to need a couple of them to help me out. And I need you guys to help me out too. And just as Elvis Presley once said, the world's a stage and each must play a part. So that's about it, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. Just grab this. So you guys can access my site. It's castroforqueens.com. My social media, I'm very, very easy to see. It's Brandon Castro NY. As soon as you see the head of hair, you already know that you have the right page.
But I'll put it on.
Right.
I'll put it on your YouTube.
But if anybody can just happen to donate support, your contribution gets matched. There you go. That's it, everybody. Thank you.
Okay.